The Taliban posted this video to Twitter, an announcement of sorts to the world that it had captured Kandahar, Afghanistan's second largest city. Thousands of Afghans who worked in government or who were once connected to American and Canadian forces have either fled for the border or the capital of Kabul, which experts believe could fall within months. Those who stayed in their homes have felt the Taliban's wrath.
It's the fear that we're hearing from Afghans. I mean, I'm just inundated on every channel, and my phone doesn't stop ringing from people who know someone who's died, who are living under threat, who hear gunfire outside their doors and want to get to safety.
For now, Ahmad Amidi's wife is safe in Kabul, while he pleads with immigration officials in Canada to allow her to join him in Manitoba. Every day they speak, he tells her the same thing.
Nothing. Just, sorry, I'm waiting. And she's crying all the time.
Her fear is justified. Women under the Taliban were especially oppressed. When Global News was reporting on the war in 2008, we visited a clandestine school where women learned to read and write away from the watchful eye of the Taliban. In the ensuing years, more girls were able to attend schools and get jobs. Journalist Sally Armstrong, who has been reporting on the war-torn country since 1997, is devastated at what the future now holds for them.
As the Taliban take over a village, they're demanding a list of all girls 15 and over and all widows 44 and under. And these are the women they will give to their fighters because every fighter is entitled, according to them, to 4 women. I mean, this is political opportunism run amok. This is crazed religious demands that nothing they are doing could be found in the Quran.
During the American-led occupation, Afghan girls had a saying, "When I grow up, I want to be a somebody." If the Taliban takes Kabul, their future could be out of their hands. Mike Drolet, Global News, Toronto.
The U.S. is rushing thousands of troops to Afghanistan to get embassy workers out. The White House says President Joe Biden will evaluate the situation from Camp David this weekend. Other countries are closing their embassies or reducing staff. Jennifer Johnson reports on the dire situation.
U.S. military helicopters spotted over the American embassy in Kabul as the Taliban continues its push to Afghanistan's capital. The Pentagon is sending 3,000 temporary troops to the Kabul airport to make sure embassy staff members get out safely.
What we want to be able to do is to get there fast, and our intention is to be able to move thousands per day.
The Biden administration is facing criticism after announcing U.S. troops will pull out of Afghanistan by August 31st, putting an end to America's longest-running war. The mission of the Afghan government controlling its own country never fully succeeded. Some experts say the door is now open for terrorists to rule.
The Taliban is going to take over the government probably in a matter of weeks. They will allow al-Qaeda back into the country. I expect extremists from around the world will want to go to Afghanistan now.
Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson called an emergency meeting of his security cabinet Friday, pledging to work with partners in the region to keep terrorists out, but not with British soldiers.
I think we've got to be realistic about the abilities of the UK or any power to impose a military solution.
Denmark is closing its embassy in Kabul. Germany is reducing its staff to a bare minimum. The United Nations is also monitoring the turmoil.
We're evaluating literally on hour-by-hour basis. There is no evacuation of UN staff going on.
NATO envoys met Friday to discuss the unfolding disaster. They said they'll support the Afghan government as much as possible, while some Afghans who worked for the alliance beg for help.
We issued them. He is a Talib, he is a terrorist. We put them in the jail. Because of that, if they arrest us, they will kill us. Everyone, they will kill us.
The U.S. and its allies have released a statement calling for an immediate end to Taliban attacks against cities in Afghanistan. But so far, the Taliban is ignoring any international pleas to stop its takeover. Jennifer Johnson, Global News, Washington.